Hi, my name's Fenella, and today we're going to be talking about film and TV vocabulary. So, to begin with, you have 1 minute to write down as many film and TV genres, that's types of film and TV, as you can. Okay, so for example, you might write down action. That's a genre of film or TV. Okay, are you ready? Off you go. Okay, hopefully you timed yourself for 1 minute. Let's see what you got. Compare your list with a partner if you have one, or you can count how many genres you wrote down. If you're working with a partner, do you have similar or different ideas? I'm sure you wrote a long list. Okay, let's have a look at these pictures. These are lots of different types of film. You can see we've got a picture of James Bond, Harry Potter, and below we have lots of words. These are the different types of genre. So maybe you wrote some of these in your list. What I'd like you to do is try and match the genre to the pictures. So pause the video. You can give yourself another minute or two and see if you can match the genre to the picture. Are you ready? Off you go. Okay, time's up. Let's see how you did. Great. So yes, James Bond, that is a type of action film. Star Wars is definitely sci-fi. Sci-fi is short for science fiction. The Big Bang Theory is what we call a sitcom. That is short for situation comedy. And that's often a TV series rather than a film. And we've also got an animation there, Spirited Away. You are probably familiar with the word cartoon. It's similar to animation. So that would include films that are also made by Disney or Pixar. Okay, so we've had a look at some different genres. Now I'd like you to answer these questions. So question 1, have you seen any of those films or TV series that I just showed you? Which genres do you watch on a regular basis? So you can make notes if you're working by yourself and talk for 1 minute, or you can discuss with a partner if you're working together. You can use some of the phrases here. I watch comedy, for example, all the time because I love to laugh. I don't watch action as much as I used to. I used to like action movies when I was a child. I tend to watch horror now and again, but it's not my favorite because I get really scared. I never watch sitcoms because I find them quite annoying, actually. So there you go. That was my example. Now see if you can have a go and talk for as long as you can. Talk for 1 minute on your own or discuss with a partner. Okay, so here we have two friends and they are discussing films and TV series they have seen. You're going to look at the sentences on the next slide and decide if what they said was positive or negative. So here are the sentences. You can pause the video, read the sentences, and you can decide if they have a positive or negative meaning. Okay, so pause the video now. You can read the sentences, decide if they are positive or negative. Okay, how did you get on? Let's have a look. So sentence number 1, the ending of the film was really predictable. I was hoping for a plot twist. Predictable is when you can guess the ending. So if you can guess the ending, this is a negative meaning. The final episode had me on the edge of my seat. I can't wait for the next season. This is positive. If you are on the edge of your seat, you are really excited by something. Sentence 3, the main character's life struck a chord with me. I could relate with his story. So struck a chord is when you can understand what is going on to the character in the film. So that is positive. Number 4, I watched a few episodes, but I couldn't really get into it and stopped watching. This is negative. So if you're really into something, you really like it. If you can't get into something, you don't like it. Number 5, that Big Bang Theory episode had me in stitches. I couldn't stop laughing. So if you are in stitches, this is because you have been laughing so much. So this is positive. 6, the whole plot of the film was a bit far-fetched. That would never happen in real life. This means that something is unbelievable if it is far-fetched. So it is not realistic. Therefore, it's negative. Number 7, the documentary raised some interesting questions. It was really thought-provoking. This is positive. If you provoke thoughts, it means to start thoughts, to get thoughts going in your head. So this is positive. How many did you get right? You can always go back and look at these words and phrases again and add them to your vocabulary notebook. Okay, next task. Your friend went to the cinema last night and you would like to know more information about the film he watched. What do you want to know about the film? So you can take 1 minute to think about what you want to know. So again, pause the video for 1 minute and write down what you want to know about the film that your friend saw. Okay. Now you can check. Do you have the same information as me? Do we want to know the same information? So I want to know the background information, such as genre, cast, those are the people in the movie, so the actors, and the setting. Is it set in the future? Is it set in America? Where does the action take place? I want to know some information on the plot or the story. I would like some general comments. I want to know my friend's opinion. And more importantly, I want to know if I should see it or not. So would my friend give me a recommendation? Okay, now that you know what language you might want, what information you might want from the film, you can use these different types of language to find out certain types of information. So you're going to match the expressions on the right with the categories that we have seen. Okay, so if I want background information, my friend is going to probably use phrases like the film is set in, the film is directed by. Okay, so have a look at the items on the left. How do they match with the language on the right? Okay, again, you can pause the video, have a moment to see if you can match them. Okay, let's see if you got any right. So the background information, this is the genre, cast and setting. So we've got the film is set, the film is directed by. You'll notice that this is in passive form. The starring role is played by. It's one of the most entertaining sci-fi films. So this is background information. General comments would include things like it was rather long, confusing, or dull. These are obviously negative phrases. The cast is excellent, or the cast is weak. That is general comments. Information on the plot. The plot revolves around, so moves around or centers on. It could center on a marriage, perhaps. That might be like the film Mamma Mia that revolves around a wedding. Okay, and recommendations, don't miss it. That's obviously a really positive recommendation. It is a must see. This again is a really positive recommendation. If someone says, all in all, I wouldn't recommend it, this is obviously negative. Okay, well done. Right, time for a speaking task. You are going to talk about a film or TV series that you love. But before you do that, let me tell you about a film that I love. So Sherlock Holmes is a mystery action film that is directed by Guy Ritchie. The cast is excellent and everyone's performance is amazing. The main roles are played by Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law. The film is set in London and the plot revolves around catching an evil villain. The plot has an unexpected twist very early on, as one of the most brutal criminals, Lord Blackwood, is back from the dead and Sherlock must pursue him again and save the City of London from his evil plan. The film is a must-see and it will have you on the edge of your seat throughout. Okay, now it's your turn. Talk about a film or TV series you have seen recently. Try to use some of the vocabulary that we have seen today. Before you start, take 3 minutes and you can make some notes. Okay, so pause the video for 3 minutes and you can make your notes. Good, how did you get on? I'm sure you gave a very good recommendation for a film or TV series that you have seen recently. All right, well, we've come to the end of our lesson. I hope you enjoyed it and thank you very much for watching.